Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new episode of Sketchbook Sundays. Yes, I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are around the world. Welcome in. Today's going to be a pretty fun episode of fun we're going to be painting step by step some gouache and all those things. Oh, here we are. We had a bit of a delay, but hey, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new episode of Sketchbook Sunday. Welcome in, everybody. If you happen to be alive, welcome. If you happen to be upon the replay, this is another episode of Sketchbook Sundays, and happy Sunday, or whatever day it happens to be when you be watching this. And in today's episode, I'm going to teach you step by step how to paint a expressive portrait, flowers, sunflowers, all the things in gouache, and in particular, acrylic gouache. So I hope you guys are ready. Sorry for any delays, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, let's kind of get into the supplies and materials. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we kind of jump in. So, without further ado, just in case you guys are new around here, my name is Danielle, aka That Creative Girl or Creative Girl of Color, and welcome. This channel is all about art life, exploring different techniques in art, and in particular, me teaching beginners as well as intermediate, whatever, I guess, section of life you happen to be in. I'm all about teaching and paying it forward. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys kind of step by step. Also, if you happen to be putting the replay and maybe you want to like skip around, you're not really interested in hearing me yak, and have a whole conversation, all the things that I'm talking about will be down in the description box below, as well as the traceable or coloring page for today's project. So you can access that on my Patreon. As well as I will be, after today's stream, I will be putting timestamps down below so you guys can kind of skip around as you see fit. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and all the things. It's going to be a pretty fun episode. I decided to kind of switch my streaming software because the other one was kind of doing some like weird, Lord knows what it was doing. But anyway, it was doing some weird stuff where it was like only giving me like 720p, whatever. And that's like just not going to do, especially when you're doing a painting video or whatever. Anyway, let's get into the supplies and the materials, paint, colors, and materials. Of course, we're using acrylic gouache. Let's kind of go over that. And we are doing my favorite, which is Holbein gouache. But I also have Arteza. What do I also have Turner acrylic gouache. But sorry, you guys. Ooh, I'm just finishing lunch. Lord. But anyway, yeah. So I'm using, I'm talking about we're having, as if we're about to have some lunch. We're doing different acrylic gouaches, but you can use any medium that you want to use. It's your sketchbook. It's your world. We're just living in it. I'm just showing you my way, but it's several ways to skin a cat. You know, the cats and the dogs, okay? It's several ways to get it done, honey. So you don't have to just go one particular way. You know, my way is not the only way. But yeah, you can use any materials that you have available. Use whatever you have at your disposal, whether it's acrylic paint, watercolors, whatever. However, I'm choosing to use acrylic gouache. Yeah. And I tell you guys this every stream because it's like if watercolor and acrylic or oil paint had a baby and it has all the things you could possibly want in between. And in particular about acrylic gouache, you can make sure that will actually, once it dries, it will be permanent. So you can do lots of fun layering, right? So yeah, lots of fun. Let's put away the props. Put away the props. But yo, what have you guys been watching lately? I want to know. Somebody tell me something. Somebody tell me something. What y'all been watching lately? Because I've been on a lot of British shows. I've been on my British kick. And I was watching a really good show before I logged on with you guys. So this is gonna be sunflowers and afro. So we're gonna use a lot of yellow today. I'm gonna be using like several different. Ooh, what in the world? Not hello. We can. I don't know what happened to my yellow. That it just went MIA on me. Oh, look, a whole nail. Yo, you guys, I can't get my nail polish together to save my freaking life. I swear to God, I don't know what is going on. Anyway, ignore that nail. My whole nail polish just came off. I have no idea what's going on. Absolutely no idea what's going on. So yeah. So hopefully this works out and we will be good to go. Um, so I'm just gonna pop out several colors. So here's my acrylic gouache on the side. I'm also gonna use my porcelain palette, but this is probably the best if you're using watercolors or gouache to kind of mix your colors around and do your thing, right? And I have two different palettes, and we'll kind of get into that later. So let's pop out our colors. And I also have two bottles of water, right? Two jars of water. And this is really crucial to have when you're going to be using acrylic, I mean, watercolors, because you want to have one for dirty, one for clean, yada, yada, yada. I give you guys this spiel every time we go live, right? All right. All right. So let's pop out the several different yellows. Um, Because if you look at the photo here, well, not the photo, but like my drawing, I want to start with the hair, so I don't think I'm going to start with this yet, maybe? I don't know. I'll put it out anyway. I think I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to use my second palette to use, to put out the colors for the flowers. Okay. So put out yellow ochre. That's yellow ochre, you guys. Again, I tell you all the time, it's good to have several different yellows. I'm also going to put out my peachy, I don't even know what color this is. Juwan Brilliant. I don't even know what that means, but whatever. I like this color. It's like a peachy color. Yes, I sketched out the line art. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in, T-Star. Yes, I usually sketch out. Either I do it by hand or I do it on my iPad. I sketch it out and then I either print it or I transfer it onto my sketchbook. So yeah. And then usually I give all of the coloring pages or sketch or line art and I put it on my Patreon for people that are not used to sketching, not used to drawing and stuff like that. Ooh, look, I got some watercolors in here too, y'all. I forgot about that. Daniel. I was about to say Daniel Steele. That's a book author. Is it's Daniel. I don't know what you call these. What is it called? Daniel Smith watercolors. Okay. Lord, I can't even talk properly today. I'm telling you. You know, I'm gonna wait. Funny enough, Daniel. Oh God, look at this. This is like so messy. I don't like that. Messy, messy, messy. Very messy. Very disgusting. Look, it's like all over the place too. Oh God, look at that. But that just shows you how pigmented it is. It is like all over my hands. Oh God, can't even get it off. Lord, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Hold on. Okay, so look, it's all over the place. But that just shows you how pigmented his stuff is. And I'm gonna put out a black. I usually mix my own blacks, as you know, but we're gonna put it out anyway, nonetheless. Okay, because it's good to have like a dark color. And again, I'm using my hands are gonna be so messy, and that's gonna drive me insane. Cause I'm like borderline OCD, and I'll be ready to like have a meltdown. Borderline, yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so I'm gonna put out some purple. Put out the purple, y'all. And then I'll kind of go over the colors really, really quickly as we kind of put it in the palette. Let me see. Gotta have some blue in there. 9 times out of 10, if I put out a blue color, it's ultramarine. And then you gotta have some red. I don't like the tops on these things. And then, of course, you have to have a large white. Large and in charge white. All right, so I have my spray bottle also. So let's move this. I'm going to put it over here so I don't get no paint on my painting preliminary. Oh, if you over on Twitch, you guys, don't forget to follow, and or you can come over on the YouTube side. But I didn't update my actual title. We're gonna be doing sunflowers and afros, so sorry about that. Ow. Yaug. Yaug. I just hurt myself. All right, so this is all I want to put out right now. Hold on, you guys. It is super hot in here too. So I need to make sure I got on the fan for my equipment because I don't need none of my equipment burning up. Even though today I shouldn't expect any lagging. This is gonna be the test though because I got a new camera and yeah, hopefully it won't be doing any lagging and drag. Okay. Hopefully it won't be doing any lagging and dragging. Okay. So I have my paper towels off to the side too so that I could be able to wipe off my brush as I kind of flow through. I'm going to be using different brushes, but you guys can use whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Use whatever floats your boat, baby. Use it. Use it. Love it. I'm going to use like a very detailed brush. And then I have my flat brush. I have a filbert, or like a small filbert. It doesn't really matter the number on the brush. Just use whatever is like, use whatever brush you feel you need for the job, right? So, and this is a filbert. This is a different type of filbert. This is more like a pointy filbert. And here is my black velvet, my special brush. And yeah, very exciting stuff, you guys. Very exciting stuff. All right, I'm going to put these in the water. Put it in the water to get it prepared. Ooh. Ooh. Alrighty then. Now, let's start with the hair and then we will work our way down. Okay? But, I mean, if you painting along with me, you can kind of do it however you want to do it. But thank you so much. Welcome to the Creative Girl crew. T-Starry, welcome. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I finally got a chance to actually go live on Twitch as well as YouTube. I usually am only live on YouTube every Sunday, but I got my new camera, so I was able to merge the two and it not be a thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I wet my brush and I'm gonna get into a little bit of the black, but I'm gonna mix it because that's how I feel like I want to do. I'm gonna mix it with some purple just to give it some dimension, a little bit of blue, like you do. All right, and then it'll be like a dark blue. Because a dark blue also reads as a black. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna know. And if you add a little bit of burnt sienna in it, it's gonna make it really dark. Really dark, okay? And that should be good to kind of get you where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? Get you where you need to go. All right, so I don't know what happened. Well, you guys, if you happen to be on YouTube, you've seen the thumbnail. I kind of painted a variation or version of this painting many, many years ago. So I thought I would revisit it, but kind of just it would be a little bit different because it's not gonna have all the extravagant stuff that I had in the original painting. Because I actually sold that painting for real. So I don't even have that painting anymore. So I was like, I really love that painting. I want to have a version of it in my sketchbook. So yeah. But this is gonna be more of like whatever. But anyway, yeah. I digress. I actually need to print out a photo of it, like, but whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna like dab just to give it like, yeah, leave little dab it, dab it, dab it, bab it, bab it, bab it, just to give the illusion of like coils, curls, whatever. As you kind of flow towards the face, you definitely want to make sure that you are paying attention and you're not getting any of this dark paint inside of your stuff. So T Starry has a question. They say, oh, okay, so they want to know how long I've been painting with gouache, and they said they've only been painting with gouache recently. Well, I fell in love with gouache. I want to say probably maybe 2 years ago, because I was mostly just acrylic, acrylic, acrylic. And then like I started with acrylic and then I branched out to oils because I really love oils. I mean, for real, for real. I think I would love to paint with oils strictly, but it's just such a freaking hassle. And I really cannot handle um the drying time and just all the stuff that you have to deal with, and then the smells. Like I know people are like, oh, I can't really tell. I don't really feel like it's a smell. It's a smell. It is. Especially for those of you that are like really sensitive like me. I'm really sensitive to that stuff. So as you can see, I'm kind of like dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. Now in the picture, I didn't put up a reference photo, you guys, but if you look on my community tab, you happen to be over on YouTube, you can see that what I put in from the original painting. So it's gonna be similar to that. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I eventually switched over to water based paint, and I really love that. Again, but I just didn't want to deal with the hassle of it. That's probably what kind of deters me from painting with it on a regular. So I'm gonna slowly add in some brown, you guys, just to give variation. Um, but yeah, in the original reference photo, it had flowers in the hair. More like, I don't even know what you call those. It's not those little baby's breath. That's what you call those things. I was like, what the hell is it called? Like, what is it called? I couldn't remember for the life of me what the hell it was called. But anyway, yeah, you're right. Like, I really like Windsor and Newton has a good brand of like water mixable oils. I'm adding a little more black and purple. I'm just gonna go in and kind of, as you can see, I'm leaving some gaps in there because that will kind of give the illusion that it's like texture, it's things going on, it's blah 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 blah. That will give the illusion of that. So I'm adding some black and brown in different places. Because, I mean, she does have like an afro. And if you're going to do afro centric hair, you need to make sure you're doing texture. That means dabbing, da da da. Especially if you have the more textured and coily the hair is, the more things you want to kind of like add in or whatever. Texture, I mean. And as you can see, we're making some very good progress. Um, but yeah, Winsor and Newton has some really good, very, very good water mixable oils. And I think they even have like a lot of mediums and stuff that go with it. So what type of stuff do you like to paint? What are you into these days? What are you painting? What are you like looking at? I would love to know. I would love to know. Now around the base of the flower, you definitely want to add a little more black. A little more black, right? Now, normally, right? I will say normally, like if I was painting this and I was like doing a commission or painting this freehand or whatever, or painting it for somebody, 9 times out of 10, I would probably go in and add the flowers after I get the afro in, because it's so much more easier that way and it's less pressure. But because a lot of people, some people that may like be doing this tutorial or following me may not be familiar with, like you're not used to drawing or kind of figuring that thing out. It's just easier if I just put the rows in there for you and then you kind of figure it out from there. You know what I mean? So paint around that rose. You said, what is GCSE? I want to know. Inquiring minds need to know. What is that? In art. Oh, is that for like your degree? Are you getting a degree in art or something? Ooh, you know what? I more power to you because I've never been the type that's like, you know. I know I'm kind of painting over this, but that's fine because I kind of know where I kind of know my way, right? I kind of have the roadmap, so I'm fine painting over stuff. I would advise you if you're just starting not to paint over stuff, especially if you use it you doing a drawing, because yeah, it could be difficult to kind of find your way if you're not familiar with stuff. Oh, you're getting your high school diploma. Well, I mean, that's what you guys call it, because I know you guys call it something different. When you're like when you go to do different grades in school, like you say, like grade 4. I'm going through grade 4 or grade 5 or whatever we call it. Here we're just like, yeah, we're going through. I mean, you go through junior high school, you go through different parts, blah 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 blah. Now, as this starts to dry, you guys, you can go ahead and just add like the little extra dabs of whatever. Like if you wanted to have highlights, texture, yada yada, just go in and do it that way. And you see how you start to get a lot more texture when you go in and kind of dab and do it that way. Oh, so yeah. Well, that's good that you're getting art in school though, because not all schools do that. Do all schools in the UK give art in school? Because I know here in the US they don't. It depends on the school. It depends on, and I mean, with all the politics and the nonsense that's been going on here, I mean, we barely holding on to the Board of Education, much less figuring anything else out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we don't get every school here doesn't get like I mean, once you get to high school, you start to get into like the different classes. So depending on what sort of high school you go to, or in your case, GSCE, whatever you go to, like it's gonna depend on what thing you get. Like you can get, like I went to a more diverse high school that had like a population like half white, half black, just different types of people. And in my high school, we had oh, sorry you guys. So we're done with the base. Okay, I'm done. That was quick, right? So we're done with the base of the hair. We're gonna let this dry. So you can take a blow dryer to it, or you can let it dry naturally, and you can run your mouth like me and gossip while it's drying. Oh, man. Oh, well, that's great. You guys mostly, well, I mean, let's be real. Y'all are more cultured than us anyway, so it makes sense that almost every school has art and stuff like that. But it really is not like that here. Like, I mean, we're lucky if we have like a football team. Again, it depends on the school. It depends on the area, the district, whatever. Some it depends on how poor your district is. If you have like more poverty or you live in the hood, you're gonna have less resources, less things that is gonna be available to you and stuff like that. So that's definitely something to work to think about. We don't have access to that sort of stuff over here. But then once you get into high school, like I went to a high school, like I said, it was more diverse. And we had music class as well as agriculture. Like my whole school is about agriculture, where they teach you how to like grow stuff. Don't ask me how to grow nothing though. Oh man, that was so long ago. Don't ask me how to grow anything because I have no freaking idea how to grow anything because I wasn't paying attention. All I know is we learned how to grow like tomatoes. What else was there? Oh, peppers. So I know peppers is like that's really easy to grow and stuff like that. Ooh, I gotta take that welcome message out. Wait, hold on, y'all. Let me I just wanted to minimize the chat a little bit. Because that thing is so large and in charge, y'all. All right, so while we let that dry, again, these things are don't panic if you don't get it, exactly how you want it. You could always go back in later and stuff like that. So tell me, how long have you been doing watercolors? Do you like it? And like what made you want to like go into it like in your class? I know in school, like in homeschool, are you doing it in homeschool as well? You doing like watercolors and stuff like that. And who's homeschooling you? Is it like your mom homeschooling you? Oh, so you guys had like more like a gardening, like you had different clubs and stuff. I mean, that's cool too. You know, that's definitely cool too. Like, I mean, I feel like I would have liked that better versus my whole school was about agriculture, which I don't even know if they do it anymore because that was many, many years ago. That was almost 20 years ago when I went to high school. But yeah, I Lord knows, you know. All right, so while this dries, let's kind of work on the flower a little bit. Ooh, I'm gonna put out another color that I seen. I'm obsessed with. We're gonna put out, what is this? Sexy red. What is this? Peach red. Okay, I'm loving it. Oh wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's like too high yellow. That's like too high Q of a red. We don't want that. That's too much going on. Okay, we want something low key. All right, so I'm gonna switch over to my smaller filbert. I'm gonna mix my quinacridone magenta. Remember, I always substitute my red for quinacridone magenta, but I also put out a red. So don't fret. I mean, you can do whatever you want, right? In the picture, the flower is red. So we're gonna do red. But I also like, I never like a full red. I like for it to have some sort of pink in it. And then I'm gonna mix a little bit of this peach stuff in it too. Right? I'm gonna mix a little bit of that peach in there, like you do, right? But I'm getting a lot of love from the UK these days. Hey guys, across the pond, baby. I've been seeing a lot of people from the UK coming through for real. Don't mind this. If you guys are seeing, I also play The Sims, but I haven't streamed The Sims in a very long time. So ignore those like notifications, okay, you guys? Because I haven't done that in so long. All right, I'm going to spray my palette a little bit because it's drying out. It's doing something else. I no longer homeschool, but my mom used to do it for me. I'd always been into art and jewelry, but in 2020, I'm back into painting and I started working. Oh, okay. So your mom kind of did it for you and kind of did all that thing. What made her want to do homeschooling? I mean, I'm not trying to get all in your business. You know, you don't have to tell everybody on the internet what's going on at home, but yeah, I'm nosy. She's nosy, girl, okay? She is nosy. She don't know what to do. So I'm taking a little bit of this color and I'm gonna go in. You want to kind of do a light because you don't really need a lot, especially with acrylic gouache. You don't need a lot. You really don't. Especially with quinacridone magenta, you really do not need a lot at all. And I'm actually gonna just like go over this whole thing with that. And then we're gonna go back in later and add some. Make sure your hair is dry before you kind of add any of this stuff in, though. And you don't necessarily have to do it this color, but yeah. But I am happy that your mom kind of encouraged you to do your art and stuff like that because some parents, a lot of parents are like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't like that, blah, blah, blah. Because my mom, she wasn't having that. She didn't like it. So I just did a preliminary, just like quick color just to get some color down. And I'm just going in with strictly water. Water, my girls. Okay. There you go. There you go. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to fill this in because this is going to be green. I want to have some base right there. So I'm going to fill that in. So you said that. No worries. Oh, yes, I definitely can dig it. Definitely can dig it. I hope all is well now. Hope you're feeling better. It's good that your mom has been supportive through that. Because, again, everybody's not like that, you know? I'm going to put a little bit of, like, this color here. Which, see, we're drying out, too. We're drying out, y'all. Because I need to make sure I need to fill this piece up. Fill it up. So we got to remember that there's going to be some baby's breath and kind of other things going on there. But you want to make sure that that is dry before you do any sort of baby's breath, for real. Make sure it's dry. Make sure it's dry, girl. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out, how it looks. We got our preliminary kind of like whatever going. Also, the fun thing about watercolors and gouache is that you could also layer. Like, you see how this is a very light pink. I could also go in with, like, let's say a colored pencil. My favorites are color erase or color whatever. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, saying it properly. But color erase, these are what they call Prismacolor. Yeah, it's color erase. Color erase. Okay. So yeah, you can also go in with a color pencil and kind of once everything is dry, you could also go in and do some layering with that. Yada yada yada. Call it a day. And the whole shaboing, right? Let's spray. Make sure your palette stays moist. That's the key, especially when you're dealing with acrylic gouache, because acrylic gouache, once it dries out, it's very hard. You can't reactivate it because it's actually acrylic, right? It has acrylic kind of components in it. Oh, so you also play The Sims. I just caught that comment. Yes. I mean, The Sims is actually my favorite thing in the whole wide world. However, I can't really play it as much as I used to because then I get distracted and then I want to just play that and do nothing else. And my carpal tunnel starts acting up. Don't get old, okay? Don't get old. Things start acting up and doing other things it's not supposed to be doing. So then that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't play it as much as I used to. And then after, like, I don't know if you know. I mean, I'm sure you know about all the drama that's going on with The Sims anyway. But with all the drama they have going on 24/7, you know, and the fact that they can't even put out a proper pack to save their life, that's really discouraged me from kind of getting into it. But I still have my Sims 2 installed. Like I always play the Sims 2 if I feel like I'm super tired of the Sims 4. All right, so we did that. Let's go ahead and work on the face, right? Or we can actually work on the eyes. Let's do that. What did I do last time? I could have swore I had put something in. Hold on. Let's Let me do a very light color for the eyes. Just to kind of put something in so it's not. So I don't feel like it's bare and she's looking at me. Is there any particular place that I prefer to start with? Yes, I usually prefer, because I'm right-handed, so I always do left to right. So I always do the left of the painting. However, I like to start, like if I'm doing a personal painting and it's gonna be like a full blown, like a commission or like some sort of like full blown painting, I start with the background first, because once you figure out the background, you get all your darks in, you figure out how everything looks in the background, then you can figure out how dark things need to be as far as the portrait goes, or whether you're doing an animal, whatever, right? Always start with the background first. And then I work my way from the top to the bottom, left to right. So, from head to toe, like, especially when, like, it has to do with hair or eyes, especially the eyes, I really like to start with too, because that kind of sets the tone for everything else. So yeah. So I'm going in with this like very light eye color, and I'm just going in with a like whatever color, just to get some sort of color in, and then we'll go in and do some darker stuff later. However, because this is kind of it doesn't because it's a kind of a small portrait and it's not like on a large format, I'm not going to do a lot of detail in her eyes. I'm not doing any of that, like the striations and all that. We're not doing all that, right? We're going to keep it cute, and we're going to do, keep it simple. Right? Cuz again, this is like an expressive portrait, which could mean, you just doing, you want to get those brush strokes in, you want things to be expressive and loose and whatever. All right, so I have a little bit of like this darker paint right here. So because I want to do the eyes. So remember what I said, you guys. The whites of the eyes are never really white. They have all sorts of colors. Like if you look in the mirror, you have like yellow. Well, your eyes shouldn't be yellow, but you know what I mean. But it's never white, right? It has like red. It has like veins. It has like things going on. It has character, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking about, and I'm gonna go in with this gray paint. And we're gonna go in with that gray paint, huh? You know? Let me zoom in for you guys to see. And I got a little bit of gray paint on me. That's a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna wash most of that stuff out of my brush. And it looks crazy right now, but don't worry about it because we can always go back in later and add some stuff, okay? And if you really want, like, if you don't like it, you could always dab it out. And you see how you dab it out, and that makes things all the better, you guys, all the better. All right, now let's move over to, since we're here, let's zoom out for a minute so we can see me mix this paint real quick. Yeah, I can see me mix this paint, okay? So we're gonna do her face. Kind of go in with some stuff. You can take a lot of kind of like liberties with that. And I'm just gonna mix like some of this peach, some of this yellow ochre. And again, because she's brown skin girl. I don't know why I always sing that song. Oh man, I forgot who that song is by too. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Why is that song in my head for real? Brown skin girl. Okay. And I'll probably do a little bit of pink. And you can kind of do what you want, right? Sky's the limit. The more pink you add, the warmer it will be. If you want to kind of tone it down, then you would add like a green or a white. But try not to add too much white because she is a brown skin girl, okay? And brown skin girls can't have too much white in the skin, baby. So just think about that. I want too much white in the skin. Right? Right. Alright, so this is where we kind of like flow in. I'm gonna start off on the corners here. Like you do. Make sure you be careful with that sort of thing. And you can do a lot of different, like you can really go in and just do a lot of different things. Because if you're gonna do an expressionistic portrait, you can kind of go wild with the paint. You could do it like a block in type of thing where it's like different patches of color, right? Why do I not know where my white is? Like every time you block in a certain areas, different patches of paint, right? So you can have different variations of color as long as you stay within that same family, I'm guessing. Um, Stay within that same family of colors. But you definitely want to make sure your colors are mixed and you kind of know where you want to go with things before you start doing stuff. All right, let's zoom you back in. Yeah, kind of need to know where you're going before you start doing stuff for real because Then you start getting into things you ain't got no business doing, and yada yada yada. And then, I'm putting more light color. Put more of a light color right here. Because it is the nose. And that's what you want to do. Same thing here. I'm just going in with this light color. Same thing here. Going in with some more white for the nose. And again, it looks insane until it doesn't. So, work at it. Even if it looks crazy in the beginning, keep going and it will eventually come together. Come together. And take your time. Same thing here. Putting that in just to add. Same thing here. I mean, this is really getting expressive though. I mean, if you feel like, oh, it's too much chaos, at this point you could stop and go in. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is the point you can kind of stop, reevaluate, percolate. And decide on your own, like, hey, I don't like the path this is going. Let me go ahead and blend and yada yada yada. Especially if you were anything like me, I love a good blend, right? Love a good blend, baby. Love a good blend. You could actually dry off your brush, right? Think about that. And while it's still kind of wet and moist, you go in and go in, my good sir, and blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend as if your life depended on it, for real. Blend, blend, blend. Yup. Jada, how you doing, baby? What is poppin'? Welcome in. Happy Sunday, you guys. Oh, thank you so much for coming through, T Starry. I appreciate you. And hopefully I get to see you again. Have a good day. Yes, I'll be here every Sunday. You can catch me every Sunday like clockwork. 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure what that is in UK time. But I think you guys are 12 hours ahead. So you probably, I don't know, what's 12 hours from now? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So is it like 1 o'clock in the morning where you at? So yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern here. So it's probably like 12, 1 in the morning where y'all at. Okay. All right. I want it to be a little bit darker. So I added more of like the darker stuff here. And put that here. Again, be careful. I'm just using the tip of my brush. And I'm going in with that dark. That dark. Okay. And I'm actually doing it kind of like a, what do we call it? Like a pencil, right? So I'm kind of doing it like a pencil for, and then I'll go in with the other colors, coolers, like you do. And then we'll kind of Blend these two together. Being careful of the petals for here. I don't like that. That doesn't even go. That don't even go, girl. No, no, don't. That don't even go, girl. And now I'm gonna blend a little bit. And even if she looks crazy, like in the beginning, that's fine. Let her look crazy. A little crazy never hurt nobody. You hear me? It ain't never hurt nobody. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. Oh, you 65 hours ahead. Depends on where you are. It's 10:12 p.m. Oh, okay, great. I thought it was something crazy. Maybe that's Australia I'm thinking about. It's 12 hours ahead. I thought it was something insane like 12 hours ahead. It's probably definitely Australia. Cause they like on a whole nother side of the universe. Whole nother side of the universe. But I mean, even that's late though, right? 10, 11 o'clock. But yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending time with me though. Alright, I'm just taking a wet brush. I don't have any paint on it. And I'm wiping off my brush, getting the excess out. Dabbing little pieces here to kind of lighten things up. And then you get that kind of like beautiful kind of glow. Now is when I'm gonna go in, because you could always go in too and smooth out the face now. If you feel like, oh, I don't like it, it's da 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 da, blah blah blah. It's da 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 da, blah blah blah. I don't really like, I feel like the face is too red. So again, I could always go back in with an extra layer, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think I added too much red. That's what it is. All right, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out, y'all. Zoom it on out. All right, so I added some red. And I'm going to go into my burnt sienna like you do. And I'm going to use that right here. Even though that looks totally different than what I had before, but right? Totally different. Totally, totally. Try to make sure you like remembering your recipes as you kind of flow through. Me, I don't really care. I really don't. I don't really care what the recipe was. So yeah. Didn't I say I was gonna be eliminating the red, right? We was eliminating red. Alright, let's just go with yellow ochre. Hmm. Hmm. I'm just gonna smooth out this line because I don't want that harsh line in there. And I'm gonna darken up this area so I can blend in a little bit. A little bit. All right, now we're getting somewhere. We're looking good. I know it doesn't feel like it looks good, but it does. Just go with it, sis. Just go with it. It's okay. It's looking good, okay? Once you get everything else in, yeah, you're gonna see. You're gonna see I got you. I got you. I'm not gonna lead you astray, okay? She is not going to lead you astray. I'm gonna jump around though. I will jump around. And let me kind of show you what I was talking about with the red whatchamacallits? The red whatchamacallits? I'm looking for my pencil, so let me dig around. Dig around. You ain't gonna hurt nobody. Okay, babes. Have a good night. Catch you on the replay, babe. I hope you have a wonderful day at work tomorrow. Whatever you got going on. I can definitely dig it. We got an early start tomorrow too. All right, so I'm going in with my handy dandy, like you do. And I'm kind of like outlining. This is like a purple. I don't know what this is, but it's like a purple color. Tombow water-based marker. It's a water-based marker. Okay. So I'm going into like the little crevices of it just to outline it. Ooh, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Wait, hold on, y'all. I gotta go downstairs and get my son, so we're gonna have to take a quick be right back session. Hold on. Okay, I'm coming down. All right, y'all, and I'm back and better than ever. Hold on. Am I back and better than ever? I don't know. I'm back and better than ever. Wait, hold on, y'all. I gotta go downstairs to get my son, so we got. Sorry, we got some feedback. All right, y'all. Now, if y'all enjoying the stream, okay? If you're loving it, make sure you subscribe. Because if you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? Okay, what are you doing with your life? Welcome back, and we back and better than ever, for real. Ooh. If you are not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? All right, sorry, I had to go downstairs and grab my son. He went out to his best friend's house. So, yeah. All right. Now we back in business here. Back in business. What was I doing? Oh, I need to sharpen this pencil. Let's do that. All right, y'all. So we have sharpened. We back in business. We have sharpened our tools. You want to have a sharp pencil if you're going to be doing this. So this is just to give you guys an idea of kind of what you would do if you know. So you kind of go in and kind of do like a circular motion. And then you go in like certain areas. And let's zoom in real quick. I don't know whether you guys can see it or not, but so you could kind of, you know what I mean? Like get an idea of what I'm talking about. So you would kind of go in. Go in just so you can kind of get an idea of where I'm coming from with it, you know? And you can really get like lots of detail and stuff like that. This is dry. Same thing with lips, right? And like you could do like if I wanted to do like a light lip, something like that. You could do a light lip. But we're not doing that. Okay. We're just not. All right. Let's zoom out. Let's go back to the painting. Um, you can go straight in with the red if you want. Red and the blue, whatever. I mean, red and the pink. And really go in. And see, with that, you're going to get a different type of red. But I even went on top with that color pencil. Right? I went on top. And you can do different variations of red. Like I said, you can kind of go in with this too. The darker stuff. Just to give it more depth. So you could actually go in. And then even around it, you can go around. Outline that too, just to make it pop. Pop. I'm going in With a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You get a lot of depth if you just add highlights here and there. You know? Lots of depth. I'm going in with the depth. And then you can kind of add whatever you call these things. It's like so I'm going in with like a gel pen type thing, and I'm adding like the white I don't know what you would call these things. Baby's breath. I always miss the name, but it's like baby's breath. Baby's breath. Adding the little things in it. And I'm just adding the little stems in now this way. And then later on, we will kind of add the green to it. And really, if I wanted to, could just add the white. And then you can add the color later because you already have kind of like stuff on top. Mm, what in the world? I'm going in. I'm putting the dark in the nostril. Same thing here. Same thing there. Slowly coming together. As you can see, I'm using a variety of different mediums to get what I want. Including this like water based. Again, I don't know how water based it is because once you put it down, it might be a whole different other ballgame. You know what I'm saying? Might be a whole different ball game, but see how that comes together once you go in. It's coming together, y'all. Coming together. All right, let's figure out the lips. Let's do my favorite, which is the pink. Let's spray. Let's spray, y'all. Spray and spray and pray. Like, I don't even think I can talk properly, obviously. Alright, I'm gonna add a little some white to that, though. That's my favorite base. You always want to go lighter, and then you can always go back on top. That's your best option. And look, this is water-based because it's starting to blend into the paint. Look how it's starting to blend, y'all. Do I like it? I don't know. The jury is still out on that one, if I like it or not. If I like her lips or not. But again, this is something that is gonna be in your sketchbook, so you don't have to be like super precious with it. Apparently you do. Apparently you do. Okay. I don't like how that looks. Yep. All right. Cool. That looks a lot better than it did, I guess. It looks a whole lot better than it did. A lot better. Ay, ay, ay. Where's my note? Oh, holy shit. Y'all. Oh, man. Tell me why. Did I actually dip this? No, it's no way. Okay. I dipped my brush, my marker into the water as if it was a brush. Okay? That's what I did. That's what she did. Um, let's see. This one is. This is just some yellow I'm putting down. And why not? And I think I need to change something. All right, let's kind of work on. Oh, I don't know why my thing just started hurting. All right, I'm gonna get into my yellow now. And let's do a different type of yellow. We got 3 yellows here. So we have like a lemon yellow, what is this? Permanent yellow, and then we have yellow ochre. I don't think people realize that I'm live right now. That's what I don't think. All right, let's spray. I'm gonna mix the two to give me somewhat of a cute yellow in between. And then we'll kind of go from there. And we're going to start with the flowers and stuff. We'll come back to like the eyes and just doing other stuff with the hair. Hmm. But you can do a lot of different things to tone down the yellow if you wanted to, but like you can add a little bit of yellow ochre, and that will kind of tone down that yellow. That's actually supposed to be brown. Think about it. This will be these. This will be like a darker um yellow orange that'll go in the back to give some variation. I think at the bottoms you can add that like darker yellow at the bottom, and then you can go lighter at the top, like the Yemen lemon yellow at the top. See that? That's like a lemon yellow at the top. So like the top will be this bright yellow, and then the bottom will be darker. And then you like put this dark thing at the bottom. And it'll all be dark. And then you kind of wash it out, and then you get you some lemon yellow, and you put that at the top. And you can kind of see the transition where the tops are like super lemon yellow, but the bottoms are a whole nother color, right? All right, let's get some brown. What in the world is going on? The black and brown has left the building. It's really supposed to be like a dark brown, so it shouldn't be super dark anyway. Here we go. Boom. Now it's popping. My lip gloss is popping. Things are popping. All right, so we got the dark bit in. We got the dark bits in. The dark. All right, now we're going to go in and do some green. This is dry, so we can kind of do that. Excuse me. So we got a little bit of green in. Do some. We're gonna add a little bit of yellow ochre because we know that's gonna give us like that olive green that one looks for, right? Like you do, right? I'm gonna warm it up a little bit with some yellow. And that will give me what I'm looking for. And we're gonna do our stems, right? So far I'm liking it. I'm liking the green. I'm gonna mix in some yellow just to break it up a bit. Just to give it some breaking action. A little bit of breaking action. But as you can see, I'm barely picking up the green. I don't know why I mixed that in there like that, but here we are. Ooh. It doesn't belong there. It does not belong there. It's okay if it has different shades of green too. Like you can think about that. Hey, hey, Pearl, how you doing? I'm glad I'm catching you live. Welcome in. Hey, I'm glad you're here too. I don't think a lot of people knew I was live. No, I'm actually using acrylic gouache. This is acrylic gouache. What is my preferred medium? My preferred medium is, if I really had to choose, it would be gouache or oil paint. Like I really love oil paint the best, I feel like, but I can't really deal with oil paint because the smell, all the mediums you got to use, all the drama you got to get involved with to kind of mess with it. Like, yeah, I can't do it. There's a lot of stuff involved with messing with all that. All right, so I'm mixing a little bit of blue in here, and as you can see, that's going to make it really dark. Really dark. Well, what about you? What is your preferred? Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate at the same time. What is your preferred medium? Like, what do you paint with the most? What are you feeling nowadays? I think it also depends on like where you are in your journey too, because you know it's only now that I'm feeling like, oh, I really love gouache and stuff like that. But if you caught me when I first started painting, I probably would have said it was acrylic. Oh, so you like all the acrylic stuffs. I'm right there with you. Have you got the acrylic paint pens, like Posca pens, all that stuff? If you don't have that, you definitely need to add it to your repertoire. Like I got all the acrylic paint pens right here, even the ones that's open. All the acrylic paint pens, because these really help out so much. I'm telling you, so much. And I could deal with like acrylic stuff a whole lot better than anything else. Let's see. I'm going in. I'm gonna color these. Because this is supposed to be. Hey, Joy. Yeah, Posca is the best. You said Karen Dosh. Does Karen Dosh have acrylic paint pens now? Let me find out. I know that's a pretty penny. I know that's a pretty penny. Okay. Cause my girl, if she don't do nothing else, you gonna be spending some money, okay? She like, y'all gonna spend some money today. Karen Dosh gonna get that bag, okay? One thing's for sure and two things for certain. Karen Dosh is gonna get that bag. However, her stuff is really it's really great quality, so it makes sense that it's mad expensive though. Like my mom used to say, you get what you pay for. Oh, not Karen Dosh, it's Corrine. Corrine. Okay, okay. I definitely have to try that. Is it expensive? Is it like the quality like Karen Dosh or is it like expensive? What's the price range on that? Yeah, we needs to know. What's the price on that? Ring spendy too, but I like the quality, the paper, acrylic markers. $4, $5 each. Wow, $4 to $5 each. Wow. But you know what? I think Posca's is about the same price range. If you buy it like separately, you can get this like 350 a piece. Then again, I haven't bought any Posca pens since the inflation has gone haywire, tariffs, and whatever other craziness is going on. I haven't bought any. Oh, I don't think I mentioned. Did I well, I did mention it, but it was more at the beginning of the stream. I use mostly, so I have my two main brands that I use is Holbein, which is kind of pricey, and then Turner, which is pricey also, but it's a little less pricey than Holbein. But Holbein is like my preferred favorite, especially when it comes to acrylic gouache. But I mean, it's so many different brands because Arteza also has a brand, which I don't like their brand. I don't like Arteza. So here's my top. Let me turn it down a little bit. The brightness. So it's not as bright. All right, there we go. So yeah, this is Turner, Holbein, and then Arteza. Arteza is sucky. I don't really like them. I don't like I think it's well, yeah, it sucks because it's very cheap. It's more beginner friendly because it's like entry level. It's cheaper to get. It dries out really cool. It dries out very chalky. It's very chalky. I don't like it. It's kind of like when you buy those super cheap watercolor pans for like your kids or like the stuff they give out at school, and then it's like really chalky. It's like a bag of chalk. Oh man. Yeah, you say you have Liquitex acrylic wash? I didn't know they came out with Liquitex came out with one. That must be new cuz I don't again, I haven't bought usually when I go to buy I haven't bought anything in the last I want to say year 2 years almost. I haven't bought any sort of a gouache. No, that's not true. I did go to the art store like a year ago and I bought a bunch of, but I only went and got like my favorite brand. So yeah, I wouldn't know necessarily about Liquitex. How was their brand? I only mess with Liquitex when it comes to like regular acrylic. I like their beginner stuff when it comes to acrylic. But Holbein is my very favorite. It's the top because it's very pigmented. It lasts a long time. The container is soft, so it doesn't have. It's not like one of those aluminum weird containers. So it's soft on your hands. You don't have to be straining your hands to kind of squeeze it out. And then the top comes off very easy. I've had this at least 2 or 3 years, and it's still. I don't have any issues getting the top off and whatever else. Yeah, it is like a bag of chalk. Like, cause I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is this? Cause I was so excited. Cause you know how Arteza like they get you right because they be like, yo, this is the best thing since sliced bread because you know they advertising is A1 but their product is shit half the time. So that's why I never like was like hard up to try to get a sponsorship or anything like that from them because their product is just not good. Even though I am using their what is this? Um their sketchbook. So I do like the sketchbook, but yeah, as far as the products goes, like their actual paint, I don't like it at all. Same thing with their acrylic. It's like chalky. It's weird. I hate it here. But as far as Turner and Holbein, it's very similar quality. Um, I think Turner dries out a lot faster. I will say that. So Holbein is up there. It's just very good quality. It's just very good product. And they have very nice curated colors and stuff like that. But again, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay a lot of money. Cause I think I paid $15 just for, where is it? Hold on, y'all. I paid $15 just for this, or $12. Could have been 12. And this is for 40 milliliters or whatever. 1 ounce of white. I paid about $12 for 1 ounce of white. Because it's a pretty large white and it only comes in this size. You can't get any larger than that. As far as I know. And yeah, I paid $15 for it. But however, it has lasted me almost 2 years, and I paint with it almost every other, well, a couple of times a week. So yeah, it's worth it in the end, I feel like. Let me turn this thing back up. Liquid Turns has had Gouache for a while, but I've been buying it for 4 to 5 years. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Like I swear, like, cause I think cause I get like tunnel vision and I only going in for like one particular thing. And I'm like, this is what we're getting. This is what we're doing. And that's kind of like it. All right. Let's continue with the things we need. Yeah, but I learned my lesson long time ago. Buying cheap paint, cheap brushes. But then again, I'm kind of like a art supply snob a little bit. If I'm really honest with myself, I am kind of like that because certain things or certain supplies, I'm like, ew, I'm not buying that. That's terrible. We're not getting that. It's horrible quality. If it's horrible quality, I just won't buy it. I just won't. But again, I had to learn that through trial and error. You know, like for instance, Michael's acrylic paint. They have their own brand of acrylic paint. You won't ever catch me touching that stuff. It's so freaking horrible. That's another bag of chalk. Another bag of chalk. I'm like, yeah, no. You won't ever catch me touching that horrible paint that Michaels has. Even though I love Michaels. Michaels is my happy place. I buy their canvases all the time. But certain things I just won't budge when it comes to that. And I think the only reason I buy what do you call that? That like little acrylic paint and it's like I forgot what you would call it, but it's like the real cheap paint. Is if I'm doing paint parties or something like that. When I used to do paint parties, I bought a bunch of that stuff. And yeah. At that time it made sense for me to kind of use that weird watery paint. It really did. It made sense. Exactly. We all love the cheap. We all learned that lesson hard about the cheap art supplies, because especially when you first starting out, I think it's best for you to learn on cheap art supplies anyway. So you know what I mean. Like you get that out of the way, get it out of your system, learn that the cheap art supplies bad, good pigment good. You know what I mean. You know that's what you learn um early on. It's a hard lesson to learn though. But some people never learn for real. I know people who there's some professional artists that I know that strictly paint with that trash. Like I'm like, okay, sis, do your thing. I'm like, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to be like, you know? I'm like, do the clients know you be painting with that? Like, I don't know. I'm like, do the clients know, sis? So I'm just going in with like a darker shade of the yellow just to give the flowers some dimension. But of course, I'm not going to get into like major detail. Like if I was doing this for like a commission or like a painting where it's going to be displayed somewhere, of course, I'm going to go in, I'm going to go hard, I'm going to do lots of layers. I'm going to spend all day, but we in our sketchbook, nobody doing all that, okay? It's your sketchbook. We just living in it, right? Don't get caught up in the details like that. You know, unless you're one of those people that like to be like Picasso and have full finish spreads and be blah blah blah. But I'm not that girl. She's not that girl. We're not doing full finish spreads. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But yeah, we not doing all that. Y'all wanna do full finish spread? More power to you. And matter of fact, if you do, I wanna see it. Cause where did you get the strength? Tell me. Show us your ways. Show us your ways. We wanna know. All right, so purple and yellow go really good together. So I'm gonna make her dress purple And then we'll kind of like work our way around the face, do some more details on the face. Um, I really want to go in on the eyes and kind of do some stuff too. Exactly. The sketchbook is kind of sketchy over here. Exactly. Like that's the only thing they got. Something. That's the only thing they got going on is they sketchbooks were and really, I'm not even using their paper today. I'm using a different paper from a different book in their sketchbook. So kind of think about that, you guys. When you kind of flow through and you're creating paintings, think about what colors go together, because then that's gonna complement things and set things off. I've always loved this painting. Again, I've done a version of it already that I really love. I'm going with that same yellow, kind of just adding some stuff. See, look how this is dried up. And I won't be able to reconstitute that because of the fact that it is acrylic gouache. So I won't be able to go back in and do anything with that. You know, like you do. I will make this one a little bit darker just to differentiate between the two. Same thing here. The darker you want it to be, the more you add like blue. So you added a little bit of blue. And there's one here, but I didn't get. What kind of paper is it? This is actually watercolor paper, but it's more like it's I think it's like 100% cotton, but it might not be. And it is 300-pound paper. So yeah, it's really heavy duty, kind of like watercolor paper. And I made that a little bit darker than I would like to make it, but that's fine. Again, remember, this stuff is in your sketchbook, so it doesn't have to be perfect for real. Sometimes I have to remind myself, things don't have to be perfect. I think that's part of the reason why I started working in my sketchbook. So that I could kind of be more loose, more expressionistic type of thing. So make this dark, kind of like whatever here. Make it dark. Add a little more red to that. I gotta run, but I will definitely see you again. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Have a great day, and thank you for coming through. I'll see you again. I'm just going in and kind of reinforcing the shadow that I have right there. And this is definitely a lot more yellow than it looks. Definitely a lot more yellow than it looks. And the good thing is if you have a yellow Posca pen or all right. So yellow Posca pen. I need to drink some water, y'all. Yep. All right, let's focus on her shirt. I mean her dress. I'm gonna make her dress um purple because it goes with the flowers. It goes with the flowers. And I'm gonna add some magenta into it. Because why not, right? Magenta and purple go hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's start here. I'm just using the tip of my brush and hoping and praying it doesn't spread. Even though in the original picture she does not have on this color dress, but again, to go with the theme, or not theme, but like to complement the I can't, words are hard. Oh boy, boy, boy. To complement the color of the flowers, I'm going to make it purple. And I think I said that already. But we're going to say it again. We're going to say it again, y'all. Just to compliment it. And I missed some leaves now that I'm going in and out. This is why I really love this brush. You never believe how old this brush is. This brush is old as Methuselah. But yeah, it's still going strong for real. Like, this brush is still going strong. It has not let me down yet. Okay? This brush is still going strong. If you don't feel comfortable with, going in and out of the leaves with this big of a brush, just get a smaller brush, girl. Get a smaller brush. Get a smaller brush, girl. And that looks good, right? Then you do like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're going for it, right? We are going for it. I don't know why we're going for it, but we're going for it. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't like it. So we're going back. We're going back for it. How about that? We're going back. All right, let's get a little bit of like you do. And we're gonna put a little bit of, cause I just want to bring it in. All right, get some black bits in there. just to darken some of the hair. And I'm thinking I might make her lips a little darker, maybe? I don't know. Possibly. Possibly. I am going to add a little bit of a highlight. I don't know why my highlight isn't working, but okay. Why is my highlight not working? Alright, I got my other gel pen. I just want to get like a little bit of a highlight in the eye. And I'm just going in like, and I'm doing like a half of a moon. Half of a moon. Here we go. That is so weird. It looks so weird. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to pull out my thing. Hold up, wait a minute. I had yeah. I gotta fix the eye, y'all. We gotta fix her eye. We gotta fix the eye. Fix it. Oh, that just made it worse. That just made it worse. Alright, we're gonna let that eye. How about we let the eye marinate? How about that? How about that? I guess the lips is gonna have to do, huh? The lips you have to do. All right, I gotta pull out my whatchamacallit. And I need these to be a lot darker. But for now, they'll do. They will do. Putting out some more burnt sienna. And I'm gonna spray. Oops, sorry, you guys. Spray my palette. I made her lips red. I changed my mind. I don't know. I changed my mind. I'm entitled to change my mind, okay? I changed my mind. Yes, I did. Yes, she did. She changed her mind. I changed my mind. Yeah, yeah. Alright, let's go in with the fingers. Like you do. The finger. Like you do. I gotta make sure it matches a little bit with the. Definitely gotta make sure it matches. Hey. Hey, yo. Bubbles is in the house. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you're here. I'm gonna go in and just touch up the face a little bit with the same mixture. Like you do, you know? I finally caught it live. Hey. Yes, finally. How you doing? I finally caught it live where I'm not at work. Yeah, exactly. You know, the government need they they cut of the check. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you're here. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Let me see. Orange. And I'm gonna do a little bit of orange at the bottom of these. Cause sometimes you will have some sunflowers that have like orange at the very bottom, like those fire type sunflowers. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this orange acrylic marker at the bottom, like you do. Like you do. Oh, I see some acrylic paint markers. My favorite to use are my alright. Yes, exactly. Yes, I just got these in. Matter of fact, too. I bought a new set of acrylic paint markers, and I find they're really good to use with. I actually bought this from TikTok because as you do, you be on TikTok, kind of scrolling, and it'd be like, oh, viral TikTok, whatever, art supplies. You're like, what? Really? Yeah, I need those, and you really don't need it, but you buy it anyway. Uh, yeah, I don't think I've seen the tool art. I don't think I've heard of that. Is that like a really good brand? Are they super expensive? Because some of them are really expensive and stuff. But I definitely believe in using a lot of different mixed media and stuff in your work. I'm a firm believer in that. Using all the things. It kind of feels like you're in elementary school again. Where your teacher like told you, pull out all your markers, pull out all your stuff. I have a few little videos. I'm gonna be using it on my channel. Set is $37. What? Girl, 37's all here. It's not $37. That's a lot. They better be like carrying some solid gold. It better be some solid gold nonsense going on there for $37. Okay? In this economy. But you already know where there's a will, there's a way, y'all. Where there's a will, there's a way. You get a new set every month. Wait, I get a new set every month, every other month or so because they're fighting. Lord, huh? Wait, you say you can't get a new set because they pricey? Like, I'm thinking of that meme. It's like, what? I had to just think about that real quick. Like, huh? I don't think I heard you right. Like, what? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. The way this budget's set up, no ma'am. Ain't no way I'm doing that every month. I'm like, I must be doing something wrong. I gotta get. Do I need to get a new boyfriend or what? Do I need a new man or what? Like, what? Like, give me the secrets. Give us all the secrets to get a new set every month. Like, I had to really think about that shit for a minute. I had to really think about that shit for a minute. I'm like, huh? Not every month. Not you doing stuff every month. I had to really think about that for a minute. I was about to call my man up like, what are you doing with your life? Why don't I have new markers every 3 to 5 business days? Where's my markers? I need markers every 3 to 5 business days, bro. What is happening with you? Like, are you not working hard enough? Or, like, I think this is the problem with the internet. You start hearing people's stories, and then you start being envious of people's, like, what people be going through at home. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Why don't I have freaking markers every 3 to 5 business days? You know what I'm saying? He already be looking at me. He's like, so did you really need a new camera? Did you really need a new camera? I mean, could you have not held off on that? I'm like, no, I can't. I'm like, mind your business, keep it moving. But yeah, you definitely gotta share your tips or share the type of stuff that you're getting. Like, what about TikTok? Are you like, what viral products are you getting right now on TikTok? Have you like going down a rabbit hole? I started with the Earth set, which has about I think 36 colors, and I added those in there. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, people don't realize you gotta have all the colors, though, right? Have you tried like Ohuhu's water based kind of like dot markers or anything like that yet? Because I do a lot of like bullet journaling and stuff like that too. Not that I do it online, but I do a lot of it. I'm just going in at the bottom of this stuff and kind of. I think after that, I got the pastels. What do you need?
My head hurts. Can I please have some medicine? And I'm hungry.
Oh boy, here we go.
Please.
Alright, I'm coming. I'm almost done anyway. You're doing too much running around instead of settling down. Your head hurts?
Yeah.
So what do you want? Tylenol? Tylenol?
Probably. I guess so. That helps the headache.
I don't know if it's just gonna help you or not, though. You gotta go get some water.
Tylenol helps headaches?
Yeah?
You gotta take 2?
I mean, you can take one if you want. That might be enough. 325 is enough. For you, at least. Sorry, y'all. The duties of the mama never goes away. Wait a minute, let me go check this. Hold on. You gotta take one of these things. Wait a minute. What happened to you? Oh, your antibiotic is over there too. Of course, now you back to the Roblox. Whatever. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Of course, you could keep going, doing a lot of tweaking. I'm probably gonna do some more tweaking as we kind of once we get offline and stuff like that. And of course, I'm gonna post the finished piece on the community tab. So make sure you are subscribed and you hit that like button or you follow if you're over on Twitch. And stay tuned because we are back every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It goes down. Okay? It goes down, baby. We never know what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be saying, what we're going to be following through with. But this is a cute little painting sesh. I hope you enjoyed it. You can get the coloring page or the traceable on my Patreon. And yeah. Thank you so much to everybody tuned in. And shout out to all the new subscribers, all the new peeps that's been following and coming through. I appreciate you guys so, so much. But yeah, you know what it is. I love y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye. Oh, not be right back.